Bismillah Rahman Rahim. How to get ahead of 99% of people. All right, before I get into it, guys, please go ahead and check out my school community. I have a course on there called Credit Maxing. I took my credit score from 350 to 750, and I also was able to buy and rehab 3 real estate properties, and I was able to get into different businesses all within a year. And basically, I will teach you everything I know about credit repair, credit building, and how to use credit, what to do with it to further your business or to get into real estate. So go check that out. That's on pre-sale right now for $100. It's my school community. This video and this YouTube channel is sponsored by Credzly.com. That's Credzly.com. Credzly is a credit building service and credit monitoring service. So go check that out, guys. Also, link in the bio. How to get ahead of 99% of people. This video is going to be very simple, and these are actual practical advice, practical steps that I do myself. Okay, I wouldn't preach anything that I don't do myself. Okay, so let's get straight into it. Number one, this is the easiest, most non-negotiable. Okay, step. Practical advice, practical step here, guys. Quit your vices. At least try. Okay? If you, what do I mean by vices? You know damn well what I mean by vices. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and list off some vices that you could quit that will make you get ahead of people. Alcohol, okay? Drinking, alcohol, smoking weed, doing any sort of drugs. I don't know what you do. You pop pills, whatever, ecstasy, Molly, this, that, whatever. Stop. Stop doing drugs. Stop drinking alcohol. Stop smoking. Stop smoking weed. Stop smoking vapes. Stop smoking cigarettes. Okay? Stop chasing women. All right, what else? Watching porn, masturbating. Let's see what else. What other vices are there? Oh, TikTok scrolling, doom scrolling on social media. Okay, come on, you know what your vices are. Stop that shit. Make a whole list of your vices. You know exactly what stuff you do that you shouldn't be doing. That have no. Basically, it's like, I'm sure you guys have heard of instant gratification and delayed gratification. Everything that I listed off, okay, was instant gratification. Things that make you feel good in the moment, but in the long run, they're not any good for you. Partying, right? And guys, I'm not perfect, okay? I fell victim to all of these things when I was younger, all right? And let me tell you, if I wouldn't have, I would have been way more successful way earlier. So I'm trying to basically give my younger self advice here. Stop your vices. Okay, and you know exactly what your vices are. And any of the potheads, by the way, that are watching this, that, oh, weed, bro, it's legal, bro, it's God's whatever herb, it's from the earth. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, stop smoking weed. Stop. It's not productive. And you know what? For the people that are like, oh, it helps me be creative, or there's plenty of millionaire, billionaire potheads. You're talking about Snoop Dogg. You're not Snoop Dogg, bro. All right. And I'm going to be honest with you. For every pothead, okay, guess what? Most of them are broke. Most of them are dirty. Most of them are lazy. All right. I know a lot of people that smoke weed every day, all day. And yeah, they're not Snoop Dogg. They're not millionaires. They're not some, they're not like Moneybag Yo or whatever, whoever you guys watch. So just stop. Stop with the excuses. Stop enabling your bad habits. Okay, it's as simple as that. Stop your vices. Cut down. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to say. I'm not unrealistic here. I realize that some of these things are actual addictions, right? And I will say this: try your best to at least cut down. Okay, make progress, right? It's funny. I have a friend, he stopped smoking cigarettes, and his tactic was he would smoke one less cigarette. Like he would, every 3 days or something like that, he would just cut down by one cigarette and just kind of wean himself off of it. So if that's your method, if that's what you want to do, that's totally fine. But yeah, stop your vices, guys. Even as far as binge eating, eating junk food, sugar, candy, this and that. And for someone that had, I would even say, addictions to some of these vices, man, like it wasn't easy. And certainly it was like one after another. The other thing I was going to say is I'll make a whole separate video on this in the future, but don't replace your vices with other things. You know what I mean? Don't replace one addiction with another. Don't stop smoking cigarettes to go smoke vapes. Okay. So, step number one, quit your vices. Step number two, daily routine. This one helps big time, guys. You have a daily routine whether you like it or not, actually. That's one thing I want to say. And this is actually going to be a separate video that I make as well, as far as like what my daily routine is. Nah, you know what? Screw that. I'm going to go ahead and put it right here in this video. But the first point I wanted to make is that you have a daily routine whether you like it or not. Maybe you don't have it written down, but you get up every morning and you go and you take a dump and then you go sit on TikTok for half an hour. That's your daily, that's your morning routine. So guys, like I say, I always tell you guys this is be intentional, okay? And I'm having too much fun with this. My daily routine, all right? You don't have to copy this. You probably won't, but this is just for some inspiration here for you guys. But how I basically track my daily routine, how I write it down is I go to my notes app on my iPhone and I basically just literally label the note daily routine. Okay. Everyone's going to be different, guys. First, you need to have goals in mind, and then you need to have a daily routine basically tailored to your goals. Okay. So this is my daily routine, and it's just to give you guys some inspiration. I simply go to my notes app on my iPhone and I click the bubbles in order for you to have like a checklist. And it's pretty cool because you could put each item, line item, and then you could, when you complete it each day, you can go ahead and check the bubble, right? So I'm telling you, at the end of the day, when you check off every bubble or even close to it, it feels so good. You feel so proud of yourself. You're making progress in the right direction. Yeah, it's just awesome. I wish the same for you guys. But every single day, the first thing on my list is I take my weight and I meditate and I visualize. Now, let me break that part down. The reason that I take my weight every day is because it actually helps me from ballooning up and getting super fat. It definitely keeps me in check. My weight fluctuates quite a bit. And, when I weigh myself daily, it actually tells me what do I need to do that day. It makes me more aware. It makes my eating habits better and whatnot, right? So, right now, I actually am cutting down weight. In the future, you guys will be seeing me a couple weeks from now look a lot slimmer. The meditation, the reason I like to meditate is because it gives me a clear head. It stops the ADHD. I think everyone has like a form of ADHD. Some people are worse than others, but that meditation just helps me quiet down my brain. Okay, it helps me make decisions as well. It also lowers cortisol. There's a whole list of benefits that you get from meditation. Go ahead and chat GPT it or Google it if you don't believe me. And what do I mean by meditate? Guys, literally, I sit up against the wall, I close my eyes, and I'll do box breathing where I inhale for 4 seconds and then I pause for 4 seconds, like hold my breath. Then I exhale for 4 seconds, then I pause for 4 seconds, hold my breath. And then I keep doing that with my eyes closed. And the whole goal is to not think about anything, to stop thoughts from happening. You are going to get thoughts. Um, that's totally fine. You don't give up. You actually go ahead and you realize, oh, I'm thinking about something I shouldn't be, and you block it. And that's pretty much like a rep, right? So you just keep going doing that over and over. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's tough. If you're new to this, it's very tough. So just maybe set a timer for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. I started with 5 minutes and I worked my way up to 10 minutes. And I will say this: if you do 10 minutes, you work your way up to 10 minutes, you will start seeing results. You will start feeling the calmness and the lower cortisol levels and everything like that, and better decision making. You will start seeing it in probably 2 weeks. So meditation is good. Visualization. This one I basically have certain things that I look at in my gallery, literally pictures and whatnot. It's kind of like a vision board. I'm gonna have to make a separate video about this, man. I'm giving so much game, but yes, even if you don't have pictures of visualization towards your goals, that's what I'm talking about here. You could still close your eyes and you could visualize, whether your goal is to get a six pack or if your goal is to get a lot of money, visualize the house that you're trying to get, visualize the car that you want, visualize the family that you would like, visualize your day-to-day lifestyle, what your business is going to be, you helping a client in your business, stuff like that, right? So just a quick minute, close your eyes and visualize it. If you can get actual images, that's great too. Then you could, it'll just help you. All right, next step. Next item line would be walking. So I have a treadmill right next to me, and it's getting cold here in the Chicagoland area, so I haven't been walking outside as much. When the weather's nicer, I always go outside and I'll try to get the sun and everything like that. While I'm walking, I listen to a voice memo. The voice memo is literally a recording of me where I'm literally going over affirmations and manifestations and goals and my purpose as well. I'm a very intentful guy. Every single day I listen to this voice memo. I'm gonna have to do a separate video about this as well. Just so much game. But yeah, I like to walk. It's my favorite form of cardio besides something else. Oh, astaghfirullah. The next thing I'm going to talk about after the voice memo, after I'm done listening to that, is I listen to the Quran. So maybe you're not Muslim and you're watching this. That's totally fine, whatever. But when I'm walking, I like to listen to the Quran. So every single morning, after I take my weight, I meditate, I visualize. The second line item is I'll walk. While I'm walking, I listen to that voice memo I was telling you about. It's literally just a recording of me talking to myself, and I'm listening to it. It's kind of a mixture of hypnotism, and also it's a mixture of like law of attraction and affirmations, manifestations, stuff like that. But I'll listen to the English translation to the Quran, and how I do it, my own method is I have ChatGPT, I have the upgraded version, and I basically told ChatGPT, hey, I am from Chicago, okay, born and raised. I don't speak Arabic, and I'm Pakistani. My background is Pakistani. I speak Urdu, but we don't speak Arabic. We actually growing up, side tangent, growing up, we learned how to read the Quran in Arabic. We learned how to read and speak, or I guess read out loud Arabic, but we don't know what we're saying. So now, as a grown up, I'm focused more on tafsir of the Quran, which is understanding. So, I basically, ChatGPT helps me with it. Every single day, it'll go through like 20, 30, maybe 40 lines in the Quran, and it'll translate it to me in English. So every day I just go ahead and do that. It's pretty cool. If you guys are interested, go check that out. And last but not least, mind you, these walking sessions are usually between 45 minutes to an hour. Next thing that I do while I'm still walking is I read. I have my handy dandy iPad here. I put it in black and white, which you don't have to do that part, but I put it in black and white, and I have the Kindle app. And, I go ahead and I read on my iPad. Currently, I'm reading the Titans book by Tim Ferriss. Oh, man, what a good book. Next line item. I take my supplements, I take my electrolytes, and I take some apple cider vinegar because I've been fasting lately. That's simple enough. Um, my supplement stack, I'll make a separate video. I am going to go ahead and talk about how I lost 40 pounds fasting recently. So I'll put all of that info in that next video. The next line item that I go ahead and do is my morning prayer. And I'm a Muslim, guys, if you couldn't tell by now, and I pray 5 times a day. So, I always get my morning prayer in there, and I also do dhikr, which is basically astaghfirullah on a tasbih. For my non-Muslim viewers, you guys are probably like, what is he talking about? But it's too much to go over in this video. Next line item, gratitude journaling. Every single day, I like to write down 5 to 10 things that I'm grateful for because it puts me in the right mood. It just when you don't take any drugs or anything like that, and you just try not to do instant gratification type of activities, right? You have to basically learn how to put yourself in a good mood. And personally, gratitude journaling, it puts me in a graceful mood where I'm just thankful for simple things. You know what I mean? This is actually super true. I'm going to teach you guys really quick law of abundance. The more you complain, the more you get to complain. The more you complain, the more things happen in your life that you get to complain about. The more you're grateful and you show thanks, the more blessings happen in your life. It's law of attraction, law of abundance. It's simple as that. So gratitude journaling, I like to get a notebook and I write stuff down every single day. Like literally, I'm thankful for this microphone. I'm thankful for this hoodie set thing that my wife got me. I'm thankful for my iPad. I'm thankful for this awesome couch. You know, it lights up and it has massage and reclines and it has a seat warmer and everything and lights and all types of stuff. So yeah, gratitude journaling. Next, every single day, I like to do a set of pull-ups instead of push-ups. This is totally optional. All of this is optional. You should be doing stuff to your goals. I'm just trying to get my number of pull-ups and push-ups back up. I used to be able to do lots of them. I used to be able to do 50 push-ups in a row easy. Like it wasn't even hard. I used to be able to do 15 pull-ups like it wasn't anything. So just yeah, every single day I do a set. It's a failure for those. After that, I go ahead and the next line item is deep work. That's where I sit down and I work for a couple hours towards my businesses. Today, obviously, I'm doing my content creation where I'm sitting down and I'm recording. So that's today's deep work. Next thing, I like to go ahead and sit down and I plan out the next day's work. Okay, that is key because if you're not planning, like, come on, man, you should have a plan. You should have things where you have to do for your business, for example, or for work or for your personal whatever you have going on. If you're trying to repair your credit, you're watching me because you want to repair your credit or get into real estate. I'm sure there's stuff you could sit down and plan for the next day. So it just big time help. The next thing I have on here is my sadaqah. I have to do some sort of sadaqah. Sadaqah is just a selfless act, basically, where I try to help someone else, or even listen, it could be donating to a charity, or it could be helping someone out randomly. Maybe you see an old lady struggling with her groceries, you help her out, or it could even be as simple as you didn't finish your meal, throw the rest out for the animals. You know what I'm saying? So that counts as something. I like to do something good every single day for someone else or something else. You see what I'm saying? So that's one of the line items there. The next line item is MyFitnessPal. I literally labeled it MyFitnessPal because, like I said, I've been fasting. So I won't eat anything until usually like around 4 or 5 p.m., sometimes later. And I'll even do multiple day fasts sometimes. But recently it's just been, especially after this vacation to Aruba, man, we were eating a lot. And I totally was not fasting. But I'll eat around 4 or 5 p.m. and I'll literally just take a picture. This is another cheat code right here, guys. I do not like weighing out food and all that stuff. I just need an estimate, right? So I'll make my plate. I'll make whatever, a plate or two of food, whatever I'm eating. Typical meal for me will be like, some eggs, avocado, maybe sourdough or something like that, steak. And then I'll get like pistachios and some cheese, put it all up in a plate, and then I'll take a picture of it and I'll ask ChatGPT to basically estimate the amount of calories that are on my plates. And I'll track it into MyFitnessPal. The next thing I have on my list is, did I complete my 5 prayers for the day? And that's my list. Super simple. Notice that I grouped a lot of the stuff together. The reason I did that is if I didn't, it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 line items. See, the way I group them together is because I can do these activities literally either at the same time or very close to each other. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Instead of having 21, 22 line items, I have only 11, right? It simplifies it. And I don't know, it just makes it easier. I've been doing this daily routine stuff for a while. And yes, I change it every now and then, okay? This is not the same daily routine I've been doing. It changes, okay? And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I definitely need to tighten up. I have a 3-month-old baby, okay? So I have not been as strict as I would like. I am still trying, still every single day I get up and I try. And to be honest, the way I see it, Your life might be a little hectic right now. That's okay. At the end of the day, still try. That doesn't mean you stop. Because guess what? Life is going to get easier. My baby's going to get older. You see what I'm saying? And right now, I'm playing on legendary mode. All right? And he's going to get older and he's not going to be needing as much as attention. Maybe he starts school, whatever, right? It's going to get easier. And then it's going to be like, oh man, this is light work, right? So, all because life is a little bit challenging doesn't mean you ditch your daily routine. It's more incentive to do it because when life gets easier again, which it will, this is going to be light work. It's going to be layups for you. All right. So that's part one of how to get ahead of 99% of people. So we went ahead and we talked about daily routine, which I just broke down my whole daily routine. I was going to make this a whole separate video. But so number one was quit your vices. Number two was daily routine. Number three, this is actually something I just read about in the Titans book by Tim Ferriss. Let's say in the next 10 years, what are your goals that you want to do in the next 10 years? Maybe you have a business idea. Write that down. What do you want this business idea to be in 10 years from now? Maybe you have a real estate goal to build up your portfolio. Write that down. Maybe you have a physique goal. Maybe you have a family goal. Maybe you have, just any goal, guys. In the next 10 years, what do you want to achieve in your life? Now, this is the key question. What's stopping you from getting it done in 6 months? I'm waiting. So, what are your 10-year goals and what's stopping you from achieving them in 6 months? I just want to ask you that. Like, seriously sit down and think about this. Ponder on that for a second. Because I'm sure that write down those goals and then think, what do you have to get done in order to hit those goals? Okay? And then challenge yourself. How can you get it done in 6 months? Gun to your head. Someone's going to kill you if you can't do it. It's some serious, I would say that's like a cheat code. It's some sauce. At the end of the day, mentality is big. Your mindset is big. Your mindset will literally determine how fast you get something done. And if you get it done, even whether you get it done or not. So, the last thing I want to talk about here before I get into part two is cut everyone off. Honestly, maybe you guys have heard of the monk mode. Monk mode, it's like a thing that a lot of people in self improvement do, but monk mode for sure it works, man. You have to, in order to recreate yourself and achieve really big changes in your life. Sometimes you just have to monk mode. You have to cut everyone off, and you just have to do you. You have to be selfish. You have to guard yourself. Okay, literally, you have to be in solitude to transform. It's kind of like when a butterfly, before a butterfly becomes a butterfly, it's in a cocoon, right? So that's the analogy I like to use. But trust me, the most changes I've ever made in my life, I had to just cut everyone off and go and do it in solitude. Because also, I will say this, if you're going through a transformative period in your life, a lot of the people you grew up with, a lot of your closest friends, a lot of your family members are not going to let you be the new you. I'm just going to keep it so real with you. They're not. So you have to kind of just go and do it in private and then spawn a new human being. All right? Like, I'm not recommending this, but actually, no, I am recommending this. My dad's side of the family. I'm telling you guys, I did not see them for a decade. They were just, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of toxicity, a lot of drama, and to be honest, I just didn't appreciate the way they viewed me and my family, and yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that I don't want to get into, but yeah, I just cut them off and stopped talking to them for a decade, and I actually invited them to my wedding and saw them all after a whole decade and literally spawned a whole new human being. Okay, shocked them all. They were all, man, it was pretty. Some of my cousins even came up to me and were like, "Hey, man, we're proud of you." And to be honest with you, one of my other younger cousins was like, "Yo, I threaten them all the time. If they keep annoying me and pissing me off, I'm just gonna go ghost like Farhan." That one made me laugh. But yeah, that's part one, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go ahead and release a part 2. And before I go, check out my school community, Leverage Academy. Okay, that's where I teach everything I know about credit. And then also go check out Credzly.com. It's a credit building and credit monitoring services. That's our sponsor for this YouTube channel, for this video. I'm going to go ahead and start recording part number 2, and definitely go watch that part because it's going to give you the whole completion to this. How to basically get ahead of 99% of people. But for the next title, I'm going to do how I changed myself, how I changed my life in a year. Okay. Thanks.